Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're doing one of my favorite things ever, a get ready with me with new and old favorites. I will be focusing on the Chanel Tweed palette here. This is number 1, Tweed Cuivré. It's a beautiful, warm, coppery gold eyeshadow look. And I have a new brush set here from Rephr. They just sent this to me in the mail a couple days ago, and this is a face and eyeshadow brush set. It's brand new, so I thought I could use this today in today's video. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service. This is a one-on-one video chat with me where you get to pick my brain and really ask me any beauty questions you have. So to make an appointment for yourself, go ahead and click the link down below. Okay, so I have used this Tweed palette before here on my channel, but let me go ahead and just give you some swatches again, just because, I mean, it's always nice to see swatches. Ooh, that brown is so rich and very chocolatey, and it's just like a nice balance. It's a very warm palette. There is one shade here, the last one, that's a bit more of a topper. The rest all feel very satiny and buttery. It's just that last gold shade that's a bit more of a topper. The rest all feel great, but you can see there's like rich browns, there's coppery. There really is just that JLo glow vibe going on here with this palette. Now for the brush set from Rephr, there are 3 eyeshadow brushes and 2 face brushes, but a lot of this is actually quite versatile. So I'm gonna go ahead and use all of them today. The first one here is number 33. This is what it looks like here. It's so soft. There's one here that actually feels softer than usual, which is interesting. So this is 33. This is an eyeshadow brush. So it is a bit wide, but it's also tapered at the top here. It's described as a fusion between the 01 and 02. So it's meant to be like a sort of workhorse eyeshadow palette. And then the 34 here is literally the most minuscule, smallest, most precise eyeliner brush. I have another eyeliner brush from Rephr here. I usually go in the 29, this one here, but I thought that this one was stiff. No, this one here is even stiffer. It's just like, it almost looks like a calligraphy pen, like if you wanted to do some calligraphy. So I'll try that today, just like a thin line on top here. Moving on to 35. This is technically a face brush here, but this is multi-purpose. You can use it for concealer, you can use it for blush, highlighter, bronzer. It's a multi-purpose, very small, precise face brush, and it's very soft. It's also quite dense as well, so I think it's going to be good for blending. Moving on to 36. This is multi-purpose because look at this here. It's like cut straight here, but then here it's round. This technically, I mean, okay, so it's a makeup brush. You can do whatever you want with it. I think you could use this for concealer very, very easily, but it's also meant to be an eyeshadow brush. Interesting. I think you could use it. It is a bit wide, but maybe you could use it in the crease here. I don't know, but I'm intrigued to see how I'm going to use it. And just because a makeup brush has like a certain purpose doesn't mean you can't use it for something else. And the last brush here is 37. This one here is the softest. Like we all know that Rephr brushes are soft. This is softer than any Rephr brush I've ever felt. It feels so soft. So this one here is a face brush. You can use it for primer, for foundation, for blush if you wanted to. It's really just like a multi-purpose brush. And this one here, it made me think of a little bit of the 04 from Rephr, which is my absolute favorite. This is the contour one for bronzer. It kind of reminds me of this one a little bit, but 04 is a bit fluffier and like more angled. And then it made me think that this here, the 37, is sort of a mix between the 24, the cheek brush, but this one's a bit bigger for a cheek brush. And then also the 18. Like this one here is also cheek for like highlighter or, anything really, blush. But this is 18 and 24. And it feels like this one here is like, they sort of found the perfect balance between all of these here. So anyway, let's go ahead and actually play with some makeup here. I think to start off with, I will go into this shade over here. And I'm gonna try it with this new Rephr 33 brush. At first I was worried maybe this brush would be too big for my eye because I don't have like huge eyes, but it's actually working quite nicely. I think the fact that it's tapered and pointed at the top here makes it more user-friendly. I mean, it feels just as soft as any other Rephr brush, to be honest. Okay, well that was very easy. Doesn't really take much work, so great. Why work harder when you can work smarter? So I'm just passing this back and forth like this, and it's just sort of painting my entire mobile lid here. Okay, that was very easy. I feel like adding a little bit more lip balm. I am going into my Emile Cordon White Truffle. This is my favorite scent, I think, because it smells like white chocolate. It's not too strong, but I just like it because it seems very cozy and warm. And now that it's like October and getting chillier, I just want like more rich, indulgent scents. Like, you know, those scented candles they have at Bath and Body Works that are like pumpkin cinnamon cake? This sort of gives me that same vibe. So I have the Rephr 13 here, which is a really nice like blending crease brush. This here is not part of the bundle I just mentioned, but I just think it works really nicely. So I'm just going to place this in the crease here, and I'm really trying my absolute best to not go too extra here. Now going into this color here with one of the little sponge tip applicators that came with the palette, I am just going to pack this on like the inner part of the eye here, just to brighten it up a little bit. Okay, so now I want to try this little 34 brush, which to me just looks like a calligraphy pen or something. So I'm going to wet it with some setting spray. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Setting Spray. Let me just go ahead and spray this and my counter at the same time. And then I'm going to dip into this brown shade here. And I'm going to draw a line. And I'm doing the same thing with the bottom lashes here, just drawing a thin line on the bottom. To finish up the eyes, I'm going into my Chanel Espresso waterproof liner here. It's like a dark brown. And I'm just going to put this in the top waterline, and then I'm going into my Allure black mascara, and that will finish up the eyes. Let's move on to the face. I'm going into my Chantecaille Sheer Rose Glow face tint here. I'm at the point now where I really just want skincare every single step of the way. I just want skincare all the time. So this is like blurring and perfecting, and it has a lot of the skincare benefits in their products. So I'm using this here, and I think I'll go with the 37 because this to me looks like a foundation brush. So I'm gonna go and apply this primer here at the same time. It's working really nicely. It's diffusing everything. I mean, I'm very familiar with this Rose Glow face tint. It gives you glow, as you can see, like it's very radiant, but it also has skincare in it as well. So it's almost like adding another layer of skincare before, like right before you apply your makeup. I had some questions about the application of the primer. So it's a makeup primer with skincare. So do your regular skincare, do your SPF, then go into the Rose Glow primer here. And yeah, this brush here is working really nicely. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft. It's just really good just to softly diffuse any sort of complexion product. I'm just doing a very quick like this to be able to use it for multiple purposes. For the foundation, I'm going to stick with Chantecaille. I'm going to go into the Future Skin Gel Foundation. I am the shade Vanilla here. This is Vanilla. The reason I went like this is just so that I don't build up too much product on the brush, because I am swapping different products here. Like I'm not just doing primer with this, I'm doing primer and foundation. So it's just so I don't have like too much built up on the brush. But for foundation, it's working really nicely. This foundation is very sheer. It's very like your skin but better, very natural, which I like. And I think it's working nicely. Like it's not picking up, it's not rolling, it's not pilling. It just feels like a really nice, soft brush. I like the idea of a multi-use brush or multi-purpose brush, especially if you're traveling or if you just like to simplify your life. Having a brush that can do multiple purposes is nice instead of having to have like 100 brushes. I mean, if you want 100 brushes, I understand. But yeah, if you're traveling, it's nice to just have a couple brushes that can do multiple things. For the concealer, I'm going into my Dior Forever Skin Correct. This is 2WP. I'm going to use this as a concealer and corrector because I'm not really having like a great skin day. Like it's not terrible, but I have like random red patches here and there for whatever reasons. I don't know. Sometimes your skin is just like, how about no? Now let's go into 36, the one that's technically eyeshadow, but also face at the same time. I think it's going to be whatever you wanted to. I think you could do what I did earlier, just like sort of sweep. If you wanted to do like a one and done, that would work. But today it's going to be concealer because it's so like angled, like it looks like this. But I think it's perfect for concealing. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, so for the bronzer, I feel like going into a Charlotte Tilbury. This is the beautiful wand here. What's it called? Contour wand. I have fair medium here. So I'm going to use this. You have to untwist it, otherwise the product just sort of flies out. You get a little bit of product. That may be too much. I will go ahead and use the 35 here. This is supposed to be a precision brush, multi-purpose for contour, bronzer, highlighter. It's really small. It is very precise. If you wanted to do contouring on your nose or things like that, I think that would work really nicely. Maybe this would work better to apply cream highlighter or highlighter because it is small. So yeah, I think maybe for like contouring like this, it's maybe better. Yeah, but even if you wanted to do your cheek, you definitely could because it is precise enough and it does work. It does blend it out. Let's do the other side, otherwise I look a bit wild. For the cheek bronzing like I just did, I don't know if this replaced my 04. Like 04 is just like the best one. It just fits perfectly. This one fits as well, but it's just smaller. So it's a bit more of like, a bit more stippling. So maybe that's the difference. I'm used to just sort of rolling and sweeping like this, and this is more stippling. But if you wanted to do contouring like around your nose, your eyes, things like that, and I think maybe for highlighter application it would be better because it's smaller, so good to know. Now for blush and highlighter, I'm gonna go into By Terry. Remember this one, the brightening CC palette here, Beach Balm. I got this I think 2 years ago maybe, I don't remember, but this was a summer release I think, and I really liked it, so I'm gonna use this today. And I'm going to use both the coral, warm, and pink as well, and I'm using the same brush from before, the 37. I've been cleaning it off, so I'm going to use this as a blush brush here. I also cleaned off my 35 little stippling brush here, and I'm going to go into the highlighter. Yeah, I think I definitely prefer 35 as a highlighter brush, personally. I mean, you can do with this what you want. You can turn this into, I guess you could even use it as eyeshadow if you wanted to. I mean, it's makeup. The rules are meant to be broken. It's really small, and listen, I don't think anything is ever going to replace my 04 brush for bronzer and contouring. So I just find that because it's so small, it just sort of fits perfectly where you want to apply highlighter here. So now for the lipstick, I'm going into my Dior Addict Shine. I have to show you both cases because they're both amazing. I just picked these up recently for the Mille Fiori collection. So this is part of the Dior Mille Fiori collection. It's gorgeous, it's amazing. Both of these are cases that are sold separately for the Addict Shine lipstick. So you can get this one here. It's this canvas with these flowers from the Miss Dior collection. And then you have this one here. The fabric looks like tinsel was sewn in. It's so beautiful, so pretty. So both of these are new to me, or they're new. They're also new to me. And then this is the Addict Shine here. This is 1947 Miss Dior. It's a rosewood. So this is a beautiful, like, everyday, neutral, nudie, your lip but better shade. Some of you are confused by the name because it's 1947 Miss Dior Rosewood. That's the name. I know it's a bit long-winded, but anyway, that's lipstick here. So let's go ahead and just apply that. And then depending on my mood, I switch the case. I keep them side by side. I know it's so extra, but like, what's the point of living if you're not extra? I think both cases are gorgeous, so that's why I keep swapping back and forth because they're just really great. And then our last final step here will be a fragrance because I think a perfume or a scent is the last touch for a makeup look. So this here is from Rephr. This is actually a perfumed oil and it's called Avec Amour or With Love. And it's sort of a woody, amber, sensual, intimate fragrance. It's supposed to smell like you, but better. I think if you like Allure, the Chanel Allure perfume or Allure Sensuelle, or even maybe number 19, the very powdery perfume, because this here has powder notes. It has a little bit of sandalwood, a little bit of vetiver, but it's very much like a musky you, but better in a perfume. Also, this perfume oil is a dry oil, so it's not going to be greasy. It's not staining or ruining clothes. It just sort of adds this like slight little scent that's, I don't know, it's just interesting having a perfumed oil. It's just different than everything else that I own. So let me know what you think of today's makeup look. I really like everything that I used today, like from the primer to the lipstick. I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous and the cases are amazing. I mean, this is established. We know these cases are amazing. And the eyeshadow, I mean, I hadn't used this one here, the Tweed Cuivré, in a while because I thought maybe it's too summery, but I think it works nicely. I think it can create sort of like a slightly mysterious, little bit of a smoky, coppery look, not just a JLo glow, although I think that palette in particular is going to be really amazing in the summer. It gives me like warm Mediterranean vibes, and I hope you enjoyed the breakdown and demonstration of the new Rephr brush kit here. So these brushes are 50% off. By the time that I upload, they will be live. They are 50% off in the concept store. So go ahead and shop my affiliate link. I'll leave that down below. I will leave information for everything that I'm wearing in the description box as well. So if you have any questions, go ahead and look there. Let me know what else you'd like me to test out and review in the future. Anything new, anything old, you know I'm open to it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time. Bye.